pretty good to me.
Yeah. Is there something that you see going wrong here, Dom, or how do you feel about the first stand, like early changes here?
I mean, it's very hard for them to do best of fives. I mean, it's probably like I guess they're going to do 2 best of fives a day is how it's probably going to work, because it's only 6 days, right? So like I don't know how they're going to get this much gameplay in 6 days. I mean, I assume it's going to be single limb still, but yeah, I mean, I think it'll probably be similar to this year, where it's kind of just like a warm up tournament for the year that no one really cares about. You know, like I know that no one cares about it because when I mentioned that Hanwha Life won first stand, people are like, "What?" Like, oh yeah, that happened. Like it's not like people are like, "Hey, Hanwha Life won an international tournament this year." Because I tried to make the point that like the second best team of the year, assuming that like at this point, you know, obviously if T1 wins Worlds, then you know they're gonna be they would be second. I think Gen G is indisputably the best team of the year again, even though they came up short at Worlds again. I mean, they were the best team in LCK the entire year, best team in regular season. You know, they won MSI, which is super robust tournament. So I think that it's just like, yeah, they were just the team of the year again. This year was the second year where they've been the best team over the course of the year and then dropped it in the final moment. But I was making the argument that Hanwha Life is actually like the second. They've had the second best year out of all teams. I think you could maybe argue AL in there. Like AL did lose best of 5 to T1 at MSI, so they got third. But AL did much better, like domestically. Like they actually won a split. They were competitive in all the splits. But I think that's arguable. I don't mind if somebody has T1 over AL, but I think that it's indisputable that up until this World Championship, if you pause the tape before this World, Hanwha Life had the second best year. They got top 2 in summer. They won LCK Cup, which is just a split of LCK to me. Like I just consider that winning LCK. Because yeah, I mean that was fucking. They had to beat Gen G twice in best of 5s. Like that's just winning LCK.
Had to beat T1. Yeah,
they had to beat T1. They had to beat everyone in best of 5. Like if that's not winning LCK, I don't know what the fuck winning LCK is. And then, yeah, obviously they won first stand, which was like a walk in the park for them. So yeah, I mean, they had a pretty successful year. You know, the only thing is that they dropped the ball in that best of 5. They didn't versus T1. They got 3-0. They didn't end up going MSI. That was their slump. But overall, you know, there's 3 international tournaments in a year, and they play in the most competitive league, and they won one split of the most competitive league. So I would have them there, but it just feels like no one looks at first stand and was like, damn, that's a real tournament. So, I mean, I think that this is kind of the problem that we have in general in league is that, like, I noticed that during Worlds that, like, Worlds undermines everything else the entire year.
Yep.
Like, it's almost useless to talk about anything but Worlds. So it's like first stand is way down. Like, people don't care about LCK splits. People don't even care about MSI. So it's like, what is first stand, bro? Like, no one gives a fuck about first stand. So it's going to be like, I mean, obviously, like, competitors care about it, but I just mean, like, the general sentiment is like, yeah, whatever, whoever wins first stand, it doesn't fucking matter. Like, it's just like some early tournaments. So I'm not sure, like, how to fix that, because I feel like this is kind of what is happening in the community right now, is that people just don't care about the actual circuit.
Yeah, and those are the growing pains, I think, of building a new product, because what this does solves some of the biggest complaints we had for the longest time, Dom, which was, man, I wish there were more international events. And now we have more international events, and it's like, man, that format sucked, and the teams that we sent were just going to get slaughtered by Hanwha Life. And that is what happened. But now, sending 2 teams from the LCK, which I think in their head is like, great, we'll have a higher chance of sending Gen G and T1 to Brazil. Because one thing that also, another piece of news that came out that I retweeted recently was like the growth of LCK viewership. One of the major regions that grew was Vietnam, and the LCK stated it's because of the, they believe it's because it's the intentional sending of the teams to Vietnam. Not only did like Lazy Feel and DRX have a connection to Vietnam, but the Bros have a pretty big connection to Vietnam. Hanwha Life went to Vietnam. I think Gen G went to Vietnam. So all these teams were going to a smaller region, and then the growth grew there. I think it's kind of the same idea here. You send some of these major teams to Brazil in a passionate, larger fan base, and then they kind of feel more affinity to the international product. So I kind of see the vision. I'm still very interested in what the best of 5 is going to look like as well. Is it single limb? They've shown that they're willing to do 2 show days, or I mean 2 best of 5s in a show day, which is brutal if it goes 5. It is brutal. There's just no way around it. Like 10 hours with the same cast, or I guess 5 hours, same cast, and you're just kind of flipping around.
If you're on the Annihilus test, it's like good luck, man. Like you've got a long ass day. You're in that arena for like 14 hours. Like just enjoy, bro. There's nothing you can do about it.
Global head of League of Legends esports, Chris Greeley, former LCS commissioner, head of the Shadow Council, he said, Greeley confirmed that Fearless will continue and remain in effect in 2026. Obviously,